well, here we go again. Good morning from Edinburgh Airport. It's too early and too dark to be doing an intro from here, so let me get the flight over with first and we'll get things rolling properly in Copenhagen. See you there. The security here this morning is nuts. It took ages, but it was funny to hear people moaning that they might not get their 6 AM Prosecco. See you in Copenhagen. There's a certain ferry route I have always wanted to try, and today's video is all about finding that ferry and along the way showing you why I've never been on it before. The ferry in question goes from Denmark to Iceland, and the problem with it is that its departure and arrival points are not exactly ideal for foot passengers. I've so far made it to Copenhagen Airport, but there's a lot of work to do before we see any boats. That flight was so hot this morning. It's lovely to be outside in the fresh air here to do this intro. But now we've got to go back inside, find a train into town, and then we're looking for a Flixbus. But don't worry, the journey's not going to be quite as bad as the last Flixbus experience. Aye, it's just from memory that I think the train's the best way into town, and I think you get your tickets just over here. We're going to the city centre, 11:35, that's a bit tight. We'll go for the 11:45 standard. And I think it's as easy as that. These always feel a bit weird when they're not working. So yeah, we're looking for the 11:45 to Oosterpoort, which stops at Copenhagen Centre, I think. But it's not this one. Of course, Denmark's quite an expensive place for us Brits, but I've always found the trade-off to be that travel here is very straightforward and efficient. Let's hope that's the case today, eh? And this is us, I think. Fleece is now off because it's beautiful weather here in Copenhagen, but this was actually a problem with this trip because I've got 4 flights in total and I've only got the smallest bag for all of them, including Ryanair, which is super small. It was very difficult to know what to pack because it might be over 20 degrees Celsius here but by the time we get to Iceland, it could be nearer zero. Aye, just be aware the airport train doesn't terminate at the central station, so make sure you get off. Oh wow, what a place. Look at all those wooden trusses and the chandelier in the middle. It's incredible. And it's funny because I know a lot of the locals moan about this being such an old station, but I think it's beautiful. Oh, thank you. And we get free crisps as well in here. What's not to like? Oh, that is very tempting, but no, we've got a bus to catch. I've kind of stepped out of the station at the less beautiful side, so let's try that again. There we go, that's a bit more interesting, isn't it? Tivoli, Copenhagen's old theme park. But did you know it was that close to Central Station? I think it is one of the oldest theme parks anywhere in the world. If you've been before, let me know in the comments below, because I'd consider that for a future visit. I'm now looking for my Flixbus up to Aalborg, a journey which should take about 5 hours, and that's where I'll stay tonight. Then the adventure will continue tomorrow. This mission to find the ferry, it's a 2-day affair. See over here they've got IKEAs right in the city centre. Or should I say IKEA? That's what you got to say now, isn't it? IKEA. Oh, maybe I can steal one of their bikes. I've always wanted one of those. But I appear to be lost again. It says the bus station is just around here somewhere. Maybe it's downstairs. Can I find it? Yes, there it is. I see big green buses. And there's a 7-Eleven for snacks. Perfect. So as you can see, the bus station is very near to the railway station. It's just not that easy to get there. It certainly looks like this is a bit of a Flixbus hub, but I want to just double check that this is definitely where I leave from, because with these low-cost buses, you never know. Sometimes it's just on a random side street somewhere, so let's go and double check. Okay, I just asked one of the Flixbus drivers and he said I'm definitely in the right place, so I should use the time I've got left before my departure to get whatever I need for a 5-hour coach journey. What do I need? I definitely need some water and maybe a wee snack or something. There is of course the 7-Eleven, but you know me, I'm thinking like, can I find somewhere cheaper? Ah, this looks promising. I'm sure I'll find something in here. Would you look at that? My dreams have been answered. Oh, hello. Not on a bus, Steve, not on a bus. But there's also a place called Fotex. Let me know in the comments, is that better than Lidl? I'm sure it is. Maybe I should go in there. Maybe I should splash out a bit, you know? Right, supplies in the bag, nothing exciting. I just got lots of fruit and lots of liquid. I was going to get some liquid of the alcoholic type, but I'm not sure if you're allowed that in Flixbus. One for the bingo card, folks. I'll say it again, everything is so clean here. Even like the McDonald's, the public toilets. It's incredible. Right, let's go and find that Flixbus and see how clean that is. Before we go back down to the bus station, I'm just going up to the rooftop here. I'm intrigued by it. I think it's a restaurant. We might not be able to get in, but it's worth a look. It's absolutely roasting up here. Let me find some shade. Ah, that's better. I've got to be honest folks, I have been guilty before of saying that Copenhagen's not my favourite Scandinavian city. I've always said it's too busy and too big for me, but to be honest I think I've got to give it more of a chance, because Denmark's an incredible country, and I think that every time I've been in the capital here I've either had a big heavy bag or I've been running for public transport, or both, you know. I've always been stressed, so I need to come back sometime and explore the place properly. I'm looking forward to seeing more of Denmark over the next day or so as well. But right now there's only one place calling my name, the bus station. Let's go. Right, I was getting a bit worried there because I couldn't see my bus on the departure board, but it's there now, Aalborg 1510. And as you can see, this timetable's got a big red cross through it. No idea what that's all about. I really just need to chill out with an ice cream, don't I? There's so much confusion at this place. Everyone thought that was the Aalborg bus, but now they appear to have changed the platform to number 1, which I didn't even think Flixbus went from. And all the bus numbers are pretty much the same. It's, like I say, very confusing. Aalborg, that is definitely my bus, but it's not stopping at platform 1. Oh boy, what's going on? Everything I said about Danish public transport, take it back. I knew I spoke too soon. 621C, Aalborg, right.
Other side. Other side, yes.
Aalborg? Yeah, thank you.
Lekkers.
I tell you what, there's so much more legroom in this bus than there was in the one between London and Aberdeen. I would have been absolutely fine if it had been like this. And this is only for 5 hours, this one.
Not last minute.
Good. Time for a USB test. Will it work? Maybe not until the bus starts, but look, it's got USB-C as well. Oh no, it's working.
Tak, tam jest, wiesz, fajny, duży ekran.
Okej.
Ale wiesz, jak dajesz sobie niedzielę. A ty co robisz? Buchalterię musisz tu mnie łapką machnąć i musi też pamięć.
Też sił jeździłem z paletą.
A ja was mam. No to pamiętam.
minutes break.
I've actually just woken up, but I've got to say that is a really comfy seat I'm in. So much leg room compared to the last Flixbus that I was on. I think I said that already, didn't I? But there's not actually much to see on this journey. It's just like flat landscape and motorway. That's really it, to be honest. Been a couple of interesting bridges that we crossed, although I think I slept through the last one. And where are we? I've got no idea. I like the two Polish drivers though. I think they think they've got a secret language, but they don't realise the guy sitting behind them, he's got a hotline to a translator. Right, let's get back on board. Thank you, dziękuję. Welcome to Aalborg, where we've arrived about an hour late, and I can't quite work out why we were an hour late. Sure, there was some traffic coming out of Copenhagen, but there's always going to be traffic in Copenhagen, so that should really be built into the schedule, shouldn't it? And also, it is very foggy up here in North Denmark, but that certainly didn't slow them down. So yeah, I can't work that out at all. I'm still a bit of a novice when it comes to coaches, so let me know in the comments if it's normal that they're late, because last week when I was in Ireland, I was on 4 coaches and every single one of them was late. But I tell you what, I would still rather sit on that Flixbus seat for 6 hours than the Ryanair flight this morning for an hour and 40 minutes, because that was hideous. But the coach was actually really comfy. Now, I've got to try and find my hotel in this fog and then find something to eat, because I'm starving. I'm sure I'll find some pizza. You can always find late night pizza, can't you? Oh, nice. Look at this place, it's beautiful. It's a shame I'm not going to see much of it tomorrow. I'll be straight in a bus. Oh no, this is my hotel here, and it would appear it's on the party street. This could be a loud night, folks. Earplugs at the ready. Right, let's get in. Hello. Check in, please. Perfect. All right, thank you very much. So we are looking for 210. It seems like it's a wee bit back from the party street, so that's a good thing, isn't it? Although, to be honest with you, I think I would sleep anyway tonight. Oh, that'll do the job, won't it? It's certainly not going to take me long to give you a tour of this place. Single bed, but quite a big single to be fair. Feels quite comfy. TV, I won't be watching any TV. And I've got my own bathroom. That's all I need, and I'm not taking my hat or my fleece off because I'm going straight out again to hunt for some food. Have we got a view? Kind of. Right, let's go. Aye, so this is the street I'm on. It is Friday night, so I can understand why it's quite busy. This is cool actually, I like to see it like this. But I am not going for drinks, not tonight. There's a guy in front of me, he's just throwing up all the way along the street. I'm just trying to avoid his vomit at the moment. But believe me, it hasn't put me off my food. Now I've got a wee bit of a worry here that I'm going to end up in McDonald's or Burger King. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm a complete loser, but look at those prices. Right folks, I'm going to tuck into this delicious cuisine at my sad little desk. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning folks, I guess you could say I got a couple of hours sleep, but there was no temperature control in this room, so I had to open the window, and let's just say the partying went on so late that as soon as it stopped, the street cleaning trucks arrived, didn't they? So I would say if you're staying in Aalborg, especially at the weekend, you don't want to be staying on this street. It was fine though, it did the job. Let's go for a wee look outside now we've got daylight. The morning after the night before, eh? Aye, that tells a story, doesn't it? Not mine. It's funny, this street just smells of alcohol this morning. And the ground, well, it's just like a nightclub floor at closing time. Aye, there's not too much going on out here this morning. I think I might just grab my bag and head up towards the bus station. I was kind of hanging about till 8 because that's when breakfast is served from. But I think I really need to leave about 1:45 to make sure that I catch this bus, because I don't even know where the bus station is yet, but let's head back inside. Alright, we're off again. They were very nice in the hotel. They opened up the wee breakfast area 10 minutes early for me. I grabbed a quick drink, a quick bite to eat, and something for the road as well. Now we'll get up to the bus station, like I say, and we've got 2 buses today that'll take us up to Hirtshals, and that's where the ferry goes from. So we'll have made it. But I really need to catch this bus. There was a later one, but never go for the last connection, especially when you're trying to get on a ferry for such a big trip, you know. Always go for the one before. Good morning, Aalborg. Looks beautiful, actually. It's always funny, isn't it, when you arrive somewhere under the cover of darkness, you've got no idea what it's actually like. But then when you see it the next morning, it's a nice surprise. Oh wow, it's beautiful. And this bread is still warm. I should have made more of these. The sun's just breaking through the early morning fog. I think we should have a nice day today. Now of course I arrived by bus last night, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's where the bus that I'm getting today departs from. I believe there are a few different places that you catch the buses. They're all in a very kind of compact area, but I still like to get there a wee bit early just to make sure I know where I am. Don't want any stress today. Is it one of these? I've got no idea. You see, on my ticket it says the bus leaves from Område, but I haven't seen anything that says Område. What does Område mean? This is why it's good to be early, isn't it? Ah, now that says sea, and funnily enough, this is exactly where I arrived last night. Right, that's good. This will be my bus. Well, the next one is, not this one. This is the earlier bus. I did ask if I could take that one, but you know, I've got a ticket for the next one, so I'll just wait. While I hang about for my bus and wait to see if there's any trains coming as well, I just want to make something clear that Aalborg does have an airport. And I know someone will mention it in the comments saying, why didn't you just fly to Aalborg? Well, it's all about budgets, isn't it? And believe me, I could not afford to fly to Aalborg. Okay, when I look at the timetable in there, it's showing my bus as a replacement bus service. Now, I didn't even realise this, but when I booked it, maybe it was meant to be a train, but it's a bus now. I mean, it would have been nice to try out a train, and that's got me wondering. That's why I've not seen any trains. Maybe there's none running to Aalborg at the moment. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. I have a QR code. Is that okay? Thank you. Oh well, they didn't even scan my ticket. That's fine. It's still quite foggy this morning, but the streets are absolutely dead. It's Saturday morning, by the way, at 20 to 9. And even though I know I'm on the right bus, I'm still always worried that I'm not on the right bus, so I'm keeping an eye on the map. One thing I hadn't realised, I think we're about to cross a bridge, and it looks like that northern tip of Denmark is actually an island. I had no idea. I'm afraid it's not a bridge, it's a tunnel. Never quite as good for the video. All right, here we are at, I'm not even going to try and say it, but we just stepped off the bus and now I think we get a train. I thought it was two buses. I have got no idea what's going on here, but this could be our train right in front of us now. Aye, that's certainly the name of the place we're going. I think it's more likely to be Hirtshals than Hirtshals, as I've been saying. Aye, this is my train. It's going to leave in about 8 minutes, so we've got a wee bit of time just to look at it from the outside. Alright, let's get on board. So we've had planes, trains, everything to get to this ferry, haven't we? Sorry about that, Scott.
Velkommen i nordjyske jernbaners tog. Undervejs opdateres informationsskærmen. Toget kører til Hirtshals. Toget kører til Hirtshals.
wonder if we're going to catch our first sight of this ferry. I think it will be on this side. No, I see no ships. But we've finally made it. Yes! The very end of the line. Well, the boat might not be here yet, but we're certainly going the right way. That's the first mention I've seen of the ferry, which is a massive relief. Imagine there was two places with the same name and we'd come to the wrong one. That's kind of how my brain works. It's not a bad day, is it? At least it's not going to be cancelled for the weather. And I actually think that's a wee supermarket there. I'll bear that in mind. Now, because I got the earlier connection here, I'm actually way too early. I'm about 3.5 hours before I need to be here. So we've got some time to go for a wee wander around this place. I don't think there's much to it, but when there's some boats in a wee harbour, I'm happy. Oh look, talk about perfect timing, that's my ferry coming in now. I'll get the camera out and try and zoom in a bit further. Well, if nothing else, I'm glad it's arrived in one piece. That's a bonus, isn't it? I'm not gonna lie, it seems to be listing a bit to starboard, but maybe that's normal. This place certainly seems to be set up for tourists. There's lots of hotels and shops, which is a good thing. And there's lots of groups of people of different nationalities by the sounds of things, just waiting for this ferry. And there's this one Scottish guy. Oh, way off in the distance there's a lighthouse. I don't think we've got the time. I don't think I've got the energy to get that far, but it's good to see. And look at this weather, look at the sea. It's as calm as a mill pond. So we're right at the northern tip of Denmark here. I mean, you can go a wee bit further to a place called Skagen. It'd be nice to get there, but this is close enough, isn't it? Oh, and they've even got a nice sandy beach. I know I say this all the time, it's just a bit of a joke, but it's kind of reminding me of Montrose, you know? A big white sandy beach, and they've even got a Skurdiness. I've just got to find a Greggs now and my morning will be complete. Off behind me here now, we've got another ferry coming in, and that looks like the colour line, which I think goes across to Kristiansand in Norway, or it might go a wee bit further up the Norwegian coast, I'm not sure. But from here, that looks just about as big as our ferry, which is a bit of a surprise, considering that our one goes halfway across the Atlantic Ocean, even in winter. Oh, that's a lovely old boat, isn't it? And I think you can even go out for a wee cruise on it. That'd be amazing. And you know what, I think this is as good a place as any to end today's video. Give myself a couple of hours off to prepare for the next one, the big voyage to Iceland. I'm so excited and I can't wait to share it with you. But as you see, getting here to Hirtshals in the north of Denmark wasn't so easy as a foot passenger, but wait till you see it at the other end. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye bye.